This is Detroit Sports World. My name is Maurice Lewis. Should the Detroit Lions go for Richard Sherman? Should the Lions go for Richard Sherman? And the answer is no. Because you know what? Adding Richard Sherman to the Lions would be nice. Don't get me wrong. It would be really nice. But the Seahawks would be asking for way too much for him. Way too much. I mean, this guy has been literally the best corner for the past 5 years. The best corner. Best shutdown corner in the game. He's 28 years old. We all know what he can do. But is he worth giving up all of your young talent and draft picks? Because you know the Lions have been trying to rebuild for years. Is he worth that? And don't get me wrong, he is, because he's the best. But he's not. Not for one player. Not for one player. It's been the topic. The Seahawks just said that, you know, they're listening to trades because obviously if a good one comes, you know, they'll be willing to trade them to make the team better. And that's what you do to make the team better. But if a trade were to happen, if the Lions were to consider a trade to get Richard Sherman, here would be my opinion. I think it's an educated opinion. But this is my opinion. They would probably give up Laken Tomlinson. To me, he's still a decent offensive lineman. The Seahawks need an offensive lineman. They're struggling in that area. So we got one that we can afford to give up. And he would probably be on trade block. He's probably on trade block right now anyway. But Laken, I would probably give Laken up. I would probably give up Marvin Jones. I would probably even consider giving up Glover Quinn. Only because he's a Pro Bowl type defender. And he would fit the Seahawks. He's been consistent with us. But at age 31, you know, can you keep up? And, you know, he's been able to keep up. Don't get me wrong. He's been able to keep up. But this is going to be a time where, you know, you're just going to slow down. You know, it just happens. And at age 31, now do you try to get something for Glover before it's all too late? So I would consider him. And obviously, the Seahawks would probably want some younger talent. So you would have to give up some draft picks. I wouldn't give up a first round pick. No. That would be out the question. However, what I would do is I would trade them first round picks. We're sitting at the 21st pick. They're sitting at the 26th pick. I would trade them. I would trade each other picks. Obviously, they would have an advantage because they'd be going early. So why not consider that trade? I would also give up a 6th round pick too because we have 2 6th round picks this draft. So why not? And me personally, I feel like that would work. But I wouldn't give up nothing else. You know, Ashawn Robinson's untouchable. Miles Killebrew, who's panning out to be a good safety / linebacker. You don't touch him. You don't. Glasgow, you do not touch him. Young players. Taylor Decker, you do not touch him. Kerry Hyder, you do not touch him. So, you know, we're in that rebuilding stage. Obviously, we need to address the secondary. We need to address corners. We need to address possibly safety, but we're somewhat decent there right now. So we need help in our secondary, though. We really need help in our secondary. So adding Richard Sherman obviously would be the best thing, but I'm not going to give away so much that I've worked for and waited for in our rebuilding process. And I feel like right now we're headed to the right direction. Don't mess up. Don't mess with that. Do not. Don't touch it. So my name is Maurice. If you're listening to this video, subscribe. This is Detroit Sports World. You can follow me on Twitter, DET Sports World. Thank you. Have a good one.